No hope for a better Nigeria. Tinubu publicly declares on a live video. Hear the news in details. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, you are welcome once again to Biafra Unite channel / television this very moment. Today's date is 16th of February 2024, and I have a video for you. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, it don't happen again, my people. The video that I'm about to play for you right now will break your heart. For those of you who believe in the better future for the zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria, you are about to shed tears right now. If you are a Biafran, this video will make your day. This video will give you more reason to fight and fight and fight for a better future in Biafra, in the 40 United States of Biafra, USB. So, I don't want to waste your time. I just want to start with the video immediately. After playing the video for you, you might have seen it already because this is not today's video. But I want to read something. I want to show you something. Let me first of all flash it on the screen, and then I will play the video for you. We are going to read this very excuse you are seeing right now on your screen, where Tinubu has come to say that the zoo called Nigeria is a very, very poor country, and then we will analyze it. So let me first of all play the video for you. After playing the video for you, then I will show you the, what Tinubu has to say, which we will be reading from Sahara Reporters. But first of all, enjoy the video, my people. Don't go nowhere because we still have plenty things in the kitchen.
The cost of fuel has gone up. Food and other prices have followed it. Households and businesses struggling. Things seem anxious and uncertain. I understand the hardship you face. I wish there were other ways, but there is not.
Oh, Chim.
Let's watch that again. You see, this thing now, they have made it look like a comedy, They now made it like a comedy skit because they have added some other comic actors, at the end of it. But this is not a comedy. This is reality. This is not a cloned president. This is the original Tinubu. In fact, this is a state of the nation broadcast by the so-called Mr. President, and this is what he has to say. So this has nothing to do with comedy. They added those comic actors, to show you how funny the zoo has become. Iyotago. So let me play that again. Let's watch.
The cost of fuel has gone up. Food and other.
Who is he telling that the cost of fuel has gone up? Who are you telling? We already know. We know. So, do you have anything to do about it? Now, let us find out at the very end of his speech.
The cost of fuel has gone up. Food and other prices have followed it. Households and businesses struggling. Things seem anxious.
We already know these things, Mr. Tinubu. What are you doing about it? That is what the zoo or Nigerians, those that call themselves Nigerians, are asking. Those are the things they want to know about. Do you have any solution? What are you doing about it? Let us hear the last thing he has to say.
The cost of fuel has gone up. Food and other prices have followed it. Households and businesses struggling. Things seem anxious and uncertain. I understand the hardship you face. I wish there were other ways, but there is not.
Oh, Chim.
So the bottom line is that there is nothing he can do about it. So there is no hope at all. The zoo is gone and finished. No hope. The president, the so-called number one citizen, has told you, he has literally declared that there is no hope. He said, I wish there were other ways, but there is none. Therefore, it's all about suffering and suffering and suffering and suffering This is no longer suffering and smiling. This time around, it is suffering and suffering, suffering and crying till thy kingdom come. The only hope that will help other zoo called Nigerians is the exit of Biafra. As in, I'm not saying now the hope of a Biafra man is Biafra freedom. That's not what I'm talking again. I'm now saying that the hope of others that call themselves Nigerians, the likes of Northerners and Westerners, the only hope they have today is the exit of Biafra. So everybody now is hoping. Everybody is praying now. Those people that call themselves Nigerians, they are now praying for the exit of Biafra, at least to see if there will be any hope for them to survive this hellfire. Wonders shall never end. Now let us see what the man has to say. Let us see, because he said something on the pages of newspaper. Let us read. Of course, you can see on your screen. This is Sahara Reporters, one of the Zoo Gota media outlets, and their own title said, "Nigeria is very, very poor country. Our wealth is overestimated," Tinubu government says. Wow. They are now telling you that the zoo is a very, very poor country, so their wealth is being overestimated. Now let's read. The President Bola Tinubu-led administration has stated that Nigeria is a very, very poor country, to be honest, and our wealth is overestimated. Wow. The special advisor on information and strategy to the president, Mr. Bayo Onanuga, stated this on Monday when he appeared on Arise News TV's program. Meanwhile, some workers in different federal establishments across the country had lamented the delay in the payment of their January salary, distributing the action of the government as insensitive, considering the current economic situation in the country. Now, today's date is 16th of February. And the day this man came for this interview on Arise TV, if I'm not mistaken, was on 13th February, which is 3 days ago. And workers are still lamenting for not being paid for January salary. Hey, Alumelo. Alumelo. Other countries are getting their salaries weekly, at least I believe. Even though I don't live in Europe, I know much about Europe. The Europeans are getting their salary on a weekly basis. Every weekend, not even Saturday nor Sunday. It is Friday. Their salaries are being paid on Friday because they don't go to work on Saturday. So they get their salaries on Friday. And now some other countries in Africa here where we are, in this Africa where we are today, some other countries are getting their salaries from 21st, 22nd, 23rd, latest 25th. They are all being paid. Wonders shall never end. 25th, they are all being paid. They don't wait till the end of the month. They get their paid 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th. They are paid. But the zoo, the zoo is still. I'm just talking about the January based on what I'm reading, because as far as I'm concerned, in some states, both in Imo State and Abia State, they are owing salaries of over 2 years. Some workers are not being paid for the past 2 years. Imagine, I don't know how they survive. These people are very strong. There must be a very strong set of people to survive this kind of thing. You are working for 2 years, you're working for the government, yet you have not been paid. And this same government collects money for fuel and other money they get from inland revenue. You see that? Yet the workers are not being paid. Wow. Now they said, however, Onanuga also denied the claim. He explained that there was a challenge with the platform being used to disburse the salaries. A challenge. The government of propaganda. Onanuga described Nigeria as a very, very poor country, given its low per capita income, compared to other African nations. So why are you then answering Giant of Africa? Why are you answering Giant of Africa? This person who is talking, or should I say this government that is saying that the zoo is a very, very poor country, has oil, has gold, has diamond in Adamawa. They have clay, they have zinc, they have every mineral and solid resources in the world. They have it here in the zoo. Now, Germany, last time I checked, I did not see any solid or mineral resources coming from Germany, apart from their wine. They produce wine. The same thing goes to Spain. The same thing goes to all the European countries, apart from northern European countries like Norway or Russia, those countries that produce oil in the northern Europe. Apart from these countries, coming down to Western Europe and the southern part of Europe, I don't see any country with any mineral or solid resources. But these countries are super countries. They are progressing. Their GDP, everything is superb, including development and infrastructure. They are far better than us. But somebody who produces oil, crude oil and gas is here telling you that their country is a very, very poor country. This is unbelievable. The Zoological Republic. And he said, the office of the AGF has said there is a challenge with the platform being used to disburse the salaries. According to a briefing I got this morning, yes, salaries were delayed, but all federal workers have been paid, he stated. Nigeria is a very, very poor country, to be honest. I think our wealth is overestimated. Hey, that is the statement of a failed government. A failed government. Now, he said AGF said there is a delay or there is a challenge with the platform being used to disburse the salaries. But the government work, apart from the normal government workers, those executives and judiciary, including the Senate, they get their salary. So it's like the platform of disbursing the salaries of workers, government workers, is different from the platform that they use in disbursing the salaries of executives and Senate. I think it's different platform. It's not the same platform. Wonders shall never end. I think we have a poor estimation of the wealth of the country. We are a very poor country. He continued. The presidential aide asserted that with the removal of subsidy on petrol and the unification of the exchange rate, the administration is hoping that the pressure on our finances will reduce. In fact, if you are a zoo youth or you are a zoo man, the best thing for you is to call for disintegration, whether you are a Biafran or not. If you like, continue. Your president has told you, let me play that again for you to understand. I want you to pay attention and listen to your dear Mr. President, your loving president of the Zoological Republic.
The cost of fuel has gone up. Food and other prices have followed it. Households and businesses struggling. Things seem anxious and uncertain. I understand the hardship you face. I wish there were other ways, but there's not.
Ouch!